I'm Behzad Nazari. I'm the owner of Anton Dental Center, and then I talk very fast with a heavy accent. It's a Persian accent. Well, thank you for hearing me today. I'm a general dentist. I'm under investigation. I'm also ruined and bankrupt. On January 27, 2009, Office of Inspector General and also Attorney General started an investigation against me and my two clinics at that time. They collected close to 300 patient files, both orthodontics and general practice. Within 9 months of investigation, on 10/22/09, Office of Attorney General closed the case. They came in, they returned all the patient charts, and they said, you are clear. We cannot give you anything in written, but you are clear, don't worry about it. I said, well, thank you very much. So I called my attorney, I gave him the good news, and then he said, let me call, the Office of Inspector General. He called and called, no answer. After like about a year or so, the lady who was, her name is, she said, we're still doing investigating. This is about 2010. About 2 years after Attorney General closed his case against me and my offices, in October 2011, Office of OIG came to the office. They took only 85 orthodontic charts this time, no general. About 3 months later, I received a letter that I have been granted 100% payment hold. So I called my attorney again that what, I'm in payment hold, 100%. And then we called and we took advantage of what they call it informal hearing. And then so we went to an informal hearing. We were there, and then my attorney told me that we usually go there. You need to study your cases. Go ahead and then they're going to have expert witness, sir. You're going to have your own expert witness. And then we're going to go and defend your cases, and then we're going to, based on my experience, we can we can come to some kind of agreement and then solve the problem. So since I was very confident with my own cases, I started defending my own cases. I did not let my expert witness to speak, the doctor. So I was directly going, arguing or defending my cases against the OIG's expert witness. And then after a while, after like 10-15 minutes, I said that there is no point of trying to defend myself on my cases. They have already made up their mind that even though you have the manual right there, you're showing them patient with different bites or whatever, that they are still denying this case. So well, then I give up. So finally, after like 2 hours, I was told that this is the exact quote. The federal government wants this money from us, and we want it from you. We feel like you have committed fraud. And then we want the money from you guys back. Okay, but I told them, well, okay, that's fine. This is, you only took orthodontics. I'm also both general and orthodontic together. What happened to my general practice? Orthodontic is not even 40% of my practice. And then they said, well, it's just too much politics involved. I'm sorry, we cannot help you. That was the answer. So drove back to Houston and then tried to come up with some kind of the resolution and making a decision. I talked to my attorney again. He told me, well, let me see what I can do. He talked to them, and then he talked to them about this. This is the exact quote, and probably the lady who gave us this quote, she got in trouble as far as I understand, because there was a big argument there also. Why did this happen? The lady sent us an email back that you can pay the government better than you can pay your own Volkswagen. So we have better terms. So my attorney, this is what he suggested. He told me that in the past, he told me then how many active patients do you have? So probably about 5,000 active patients. I was the largest provider in Houston. And if you want to hear how I became the largest provider in Houston, that would take me another minute to tell you guys how I became the largest provider in Houston. He said, well, okay, how much do you think it would take to continue finishing these treatments? I said, well, probably minimum $1,000, to finish his cases, but, I'd be willing to do for like $600 to $3 million, give him credit, I'm going to do that no charge, just to get my payment hold reduced to only 40%, so I can survive. Well, they agreed to it. And then we went there, we negotiated, I agreed to $5 million to pay, which is going to be about 5,000 cases to finish, and the other $2 million over the next 10 years came out $200,000. That was the negotiation. And then even before, we were just talking about it before the boss walks in, Mr. Stick, And then they had asked me this question that, okay, what would you do differently after this is finalized? I said, well, I don't know what I would do differently after this finalized. The best thing that I can do is just not to touch Medicaid patients anymore because I don't know what I did wrong. To answer Mr. Fallon's question, we did not just write a letter that this patient needs braces. We sent models, we sent pictures, we sent 2 sets of x-rays, we sent measurements and everything. And we did not say the patient needs braces. We just collected documents and we sent it to them. There is no place that we said, yes, this patient needs braces. I have the HLD score sheet right here that everybody's arguing about. We did not do that. We just sent it to them. It was up to their discretion whether the patient gets braces or not, or doesn't get braces. Well, I forgot to mention, I'm supporting HB 1536, just leave it there. Now, how I became a provider. I wasn't taking Medicaid back in like year 2000. I wasn't taking Medicaid. And I had September 11, 2001 happened. And then I had few patients. I had just started learning. I'm a general practitioner. I just barely started learning, how to do braces. Few of my patients whose parents was working for Continental Airlines, they lost their job. And then they applied for Medicaid. So they applied for Medicaid. They came and told me that, we cannot pay anymore. So, we are transferring to Medicaid. So, well, I don't know. I never done that. And I think there is this moth out there that I don't know what it looks like that qualifies for braces, but I don't know. I just barely started. They said, well, they told us they're going to pay for it. So I called Medicaid directly. I talked to the NHIC director in that time. I told him, this is what happened. He said, well, send me the records. I sent the records to the NHIC director. He walked me through how to do the records. He told me then how to do the HLD score sheet. And I started doing it since then exactly the same way that I was taught, over the phone. There was no workshop, nothing. Every single case by both NHIC and by both TMHP were approved. I never sent them that, that this patient needs braces or the patient doesn't need braces. I just simply collected records based on the patient request and based on the referral that we were getting. We sent it to them. My practice was not in a third world place. It was in a almost middle income area, but Medicaid patients started walking in because they heard that I'm accepting Medicaid for braces overnight. There wasn't that many providers in Houston area that they were doing that. I received letters of recognition. I received the increase, about 3% increase by TMHP because I'm taking care of poor and needy kids. And then all of a sudden, I received this letter, federal allegation of fraud. So another argument that I had with them, I said, well, what happened to the Office of Attorney General that they closed their cases? They went all the way back to 2005. The Attorney General that didn't find any fraud. How are you guys going back 2005 and then, coming up with this? I owe millions, almost close to $15 million back only in general, only in orthodontic practice. It just didn't make sense to me. That if they close the case, you can go back to 2009 at the time they closed the case. Where is this other additional 4 years coming from? Basically, I'm supporting the HB 1536. If you all believe in the integrity, in the honesty and fairness of the system, of the investigation that is being conducted, I don't see why anybody would oppose this.
Thank you.